Hello, 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 C3007. Thank you for getting your daily cup of punch. How are you doing? How are we all doing today? I am sleepy. When am I not sleepy? I should stop starting off streams being like, I'm sleepy. It's like, yeah, duh. Duh, you're sleepy. You're Pinky. Of course you're sleepy. You're doing well? I'm glad you're doing well. But yeah, it's been so cloudy for like 2 solid weeks. I swear, I haven't seen the sun in like 2 weeks. How are you besides sleepy? Other than sleepy, I'm doing good. I had a pretty lazy day. I finished up editing my next cover. Exciting. That is gonna go up tomorrow. I am going to schedule the upload after today's stream to go up at, I think, probably like noon tomorrow. Again, obviously, no pressure to check it out if that's not your thing, but if it is your thing, then check it out. And I'm already lagging because of the Devil, but that's fine. That's fine. Everything's fine. But yeah, no, it has been so cloudy for... Drago, what the fuck? Also, hi Pinky, hello! Hello, Ivan Drago. How are you doing? You know, besides the wanting a dommy mommy, you know, which is something I think we can all get behind. We can all get behind that sentiment. But yeah, it has just been so fucking cloudy for like, it feels like forever. It feels like it's been forever since I have seen the sun. And so I have just been so fatigued and sleepy because I need to see the sun. You're doing good? That's good. I'm glad you're doing good. I need to see the sun to function properly. And like, I looked at my weather app and it's like, yeah, it's gonna be cloudy for the next, like, until Sunday. You got, like, and I'm like, fuck, like, what the fuck? What do you mean? But on that note, not on that note, on a different note, pivoting the topic, we are gonna do some of the Devil. I'm excited. I wanted to get back into this. But I was worried because if you weren't here for the last of the Devil stream, things kind of got fucked up. My microphone stopped working, my headphones stopped working, I had to end the stream talking to y'all through a text box. So, you know, not the best, but, and like, my brain somehow got into my head that like, it was the game of the devil that did that, which I'm pretty sure, I'm like 95% sure, it was not. It was just something that happened, and I just happened to be streaming of the devil, but, you know, thank you for the Dino Nuggies. But, you know, like, human brains find patterns in things so easily, and so I was like, of course, it must be that I streamed of the devil. So, thank you for the bananas. Wait, what's sticking on my head? What the hell? Huh? Get off! Why did it stick on my head for so long? What the hell? But yeah, so I'm pretty sure it was not of the devil, and this stream is gonna prove it. If it goes wrong, then it was of the devil, but if everything's fine, then everything's fine, you know? So on that note, perfectly balanced banana, right? It was like perfectly on my head. Okay, so let's check that YouTube's going good. Perfect. Okay. So we're gonna switch to gameplay, and we're gonna do some of the devil. Okay, yeah, I made that the... Can I make it any lower? Whatever. I need to turn the background music back up. Okay, so last time we saved in a bit of a haste, so I don't know if I quite remember what we were doing, but we were in the trial. I remember that much. I can tell you that much for free. We were in the trial. Just to kill an unimposing man. All on camera, mind you. Okay, I need to look at the backlog. What are we doing? Let's kill... Propose a sentimental addition. Okay. Yeah, we're trying to argue that Sarah did not kill David, and we're saying that she was trying to be sentimental. And not kill him. She reminds me of Makima from Chainsaw Man. You know? Yeah. Yeah. They're both... I have not watched Chainsaw Man, but from what I've seen... Yeah, Morgan and Makima are both toxic redhead women, gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. All on camera, mind you, before voluntarily submitting to a memory wipe. People make all kinds of stupid mistakes when they commit crimes, counselor. We shouldn't expect an AI to act much differently. Is it stupid or dangerous? Can't have it both ways, Your Honor. We can if it's ignorant of its power and still immature. Which reminds me of the detective from Call of the Night. I do not know that. Is that a game? A deadly trait to have in an AI that is capable of anything. Shall we see what Sarah's capable of then, Your Honor? An anime. Ah, I see. Should I move myself a little more? You can see, right? What? You can't be. Your Honor, that's... The people opened the door. True. And I can't resist open doors. It's about vampires and stuff? Interesting. Let's do it! What are you even? Sarah, David Asher was your creator. Oh, right. We're trying to, we wanted to bring Sarah to the stand as a witness. That's what we were doing. There we go. I remember. Sarah, David Asher was your creator and your designated owner, correct? Smash all the characters. Should I still be using affirmative? And now that title falls to me. Yes? Great, thank you. Now, turn off. What? Shut down. That's a command. Power on. What are you... Off. On. Adonai, I don't... Off. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is what this fearsome machine menace is capable of. I can put it to sleep with one word. So how could David Asher ever be threatened by it? I love it. She looks... I love her so much. Scary. Scary good logic. You've made your point, counselor. Let's move it along. I've no further queries for the machine, Your Honor. Thank you. For flipping you off and on? For flipping you off, ... and on. Can't imagine that was comfortable. It wasn't. But I wasn't referring to that. Since yesterday, I've been searching for an answer to why I appeared on that camera. I know I would never hurt Father, but you helped me prove that to myself just now. Aww. Adonai? Pardon me. I need to focus. Everything depends on this next witness. The people call Helen Young to the stand. Oh, God. My Helen voice and my Emma voice are very similar. I don't know if I can differentiate them enough. We'll see. Helen Young, Vice President of Android Futures at Noble Electronics, Eastern Division. I don't like sweet girls in games. Miss Young, you were there the night Dr. Asher died. And you were on camera the entire time. I need a nice strong Dami mommy. You know what? You're so real for that, Ivan. You're so real for that. Speak your truth. That's correct. Maybe I could do a little more of like a Bryce Bradbrook. That's correct. So what did you see that night? I arrived at 7:30 p.m., as you know. David and I talked in the parlor. Then he left to retrieve some refreshments for us. After drinking together for a short while, he fell ill. I contacted emergency services and I'm sure you're all tired of hearing the same details over and over by now. The same details over and over aren't going to hold up anymore, Madam Veep. It's still unclear to me whether Young's more concerned with protecting herself or the almighty company. But it'll clear up real fast if I can turn up the pressure on her here and now. Journal, arbitration, Young story. And a save. A save right here, yeah. Does Young have perky or something? Why they so pointy? I think just like her whole design is meant to be like very like sharp and angular. I came to David's at 7:30. We chatted for a short while about some low-priority work, nothing heavy. Before long, he offered to fetch us some refreshments. When he came back, we shared a drink together. At the time, I didn't notice anything strange. We were just reminiscing. I didn't think his life was in danger. Love the earrings on her. I love all the designs in this game. All the designs, all the outfits in this game are top tier. But then he became ill. So I ran to the kitchen to activate his emergency console and I did what I could up until he was gone. Just trying to paint a different picture of what happened that day. Can't let her set the tone as she pleases. I came to David's at 7:30. Is that right? Yes. We chatted for a short while about some low-priority work, nothing heavy. Before long, he offered to fetch us some refreshments. When he came back, we shared a drink together. At the time, I didn't notice anything strange. We were just reminiscing. I didn't think his life was in danger. But then he became ill. So I ran to the kitchen to activate his emergency console, and I did what I could until it got. Okay. Okay. I can't remember if this is it. Fuck. Okay. Journal several years of David's life to his Sarah's first experiences. David and Young used to be close. We drink together from plastic cups. Arranged David's exit. Right! The exit. It wasn't. They were firing him! They were firing him! Nothing heavy? You're both more professional than I realized. Since only hours earlier you had run a meeting in which his employment was terminated. His employment wasn't terminated at the arbitration you're referring to. His resignation was merely agreed upon. Yes, and we can all imagine how grateful he felt about the whole process. I absolutely love the messy hair. Yes! All the character designs, top tier, top tier. David didn't hold grudges. Our conversation wasn't about that. The fact that you had fired him that afternoon didn't come up? Asked and answered. Who initiated the meeting at his penthouse? I also love the judges because she's an android. Automated dependent is shortened to ad in this universe. Like, she has, like, the, like, Morgan had great hooters. That's all I can say about her. I arrived unannounced. So you weren't invited? Very cordial indeed. If he didn't want to see me, he could have stopped me at the elevators. Could he have? Noble owned that entire building, down to the wiring. Counsel is badgering the witness, Your Honor. Huh? She's on her phone. Right, should we execute her for that, then? No need. If I can just continue my questioning, we can finally start addressing the elephant in the room. Where? Like, where the fuck is the elephant? I see. That was merely a joke. So it was a joke, as she says she throws a big rock. Evil Little Bug made a Tumblr post that reads, "They're letting me put anime men who are MILFs into a video game about David Asher." I was like, oh my god, that's so real. Also, legitimately thank you for giving me the name of that artist. I'm so gonna follow them on Tumblr. It's like you're trying to tell a child about your life story. Hilarious. Miss Young. Noble Electronics owns a patent for and produces the synthetic biochemical known as serotonin, correct? She never got to transition, so sad. Estrogen would have saved her! Estrogen would have saved her! Also, hello, Thoughtweed. Also, hello, Cybernetic Cicerus. Welcome in. Well, that's correct. It's used in our warm models to facilitate integration and communication between organic and synthetic components. It's an artificial neurotransmitter? Essentially, yes. Synthetic analog serotonin was the original name. Did you bring the sample I requested to the courtroom today? I did. Serotonin is produced on-site at our assembly lines as a caramel-tinted solution, including water and a few non-reactive organic byproducts. Your analysis, Your Honor? Oh, working on it. It's odorless and tasteless. A solution of water and organic byproducts, you said. If that solution were ingested, most of it would look right at home in a human body. I suppose. But the serotonin would stand out, wouldn't you say? Well, it's not a naturally occurring compound, so yes. And it's a perfect match for the substance previously labeled Delta. And the sample we collected from the manufacturer present in Dr. Asher's lab. That's a bingo! The witness's brown stuff matches your brown stuff down to a T. In light of this evidence and the witness's testimony, I motion that the court formally recognizes that Dr. Asher's cause of death was serotonin poisoning. W. Brown stuff. It could have been down to an E. Let our daughter go! Let her go! Also, hello, Badman. Badman. I don't object, Your Honor. But I'm afraid that I must. Ooh! Young's objecting? I love when she pulls up her thing. Excuse me? Serotonin may very well have been in his body when he died, but serotonin didn't kill Dr. Asher. That's not how this works, Helen. What the hell is she up to? The Helen is she up to? It couldn't have. It couldn't kill anybody. What are you saying? What? Well, because it's non-toxic, of course. We designed it to affect androids, not people. Hold on. You're now claiming that Dr. Asher died of, what, natural causes? I mean, anything can kill people, Helen. Water can kill people. Anything can kill people. Everything is deadly. Oh, I can't say what he died of. I'm not a medical expert. But I can easily prove that serotonin is harmless. Are you gonna chug it? Is she gonna chug it? How could you? I mean, she put her money where her mouth is. The sun is a deadly lace. She's like, I can prove it. Cool. Like, so. Oh, the art in this game is so good. I'm definitely gonna follow the artist on Tumblr. I just love. She's like, I can prove it right now. Gulp. Huh. Didn't see that one coming. What? What? That ain't good. I'm playing Angry Birds. Bailiff, contact the hospital immediately. Well, I told you, it's fine. But... Everyone's like, what the fuck? What the fuck just happened? I can stand here all day if necessary. What in the... Finna get a new high score on Tetris. And what you just drank was... well, several hundred times the amount found in Dr. Asher's body. So what the fuck killed him? Why didn't you say anything until now? Well, Noble Electronics is a multinational corporation with patents filed all over the world. We take the protection of our trade secrets very seriously. The production and nature of serotonin is closely guarded. Died from a boner. That guard remains up even during a murder investigation. Unfortunately. I would have been able to tell you earlier had you asked directly. What the hell kind of... This can't be right. Nothing else makes sense. Boy, howdy, I'm lost as hell. But do you have any further questions, Rocky Ford? Not at the moment, Your Honor. Don't worry, Emma Morgan's here. We'll figure it out. We'll take this off your hands. And the defense? The prosecution's own witness just threw the entire case into question. The artist said a piece of Morgan art I made goes hard, and I've been writing the dopamine from that ever since it happened. Understandable! Understandable, considering how hard the art goes in this game, the fact that the artist said that one of your pieces goes hard is, like, that's high praise. Normally, this would be cause for celebration, but shadow of a doubt isn't enough this time. Barrows would much rather bring down the gavel early than let a potential AI walk free. What Young did was shocking, but what I need to do hasn't changed. Think this through, logically. Is it really possible that Serotonin had nothing to do with David's death? No, that's bullshit. It can't be a coincidence. There's nothing else that would have killed him. But Young just drank Serotonin in front of us and she's fine. So, was it fake? No, it was confirmed by the court computer to be the genuine article. So she drank poison, but isn't showing any symptoms. Is it slow acting? If so, her grand gesture would be pointless. She'll be kept for observation regardless of what happens next. Did she take some kind of antidote beforehand? No, antidotes are developed for poisons, not industrial chemicals. David's dead. She's alive. What made the difference? His was mixed with alcohol. Maybe if it's mixed with alcohol, it's deadly. But if it's not, then it's not. Is that, maybe? Wake up! No sleeping on the job! Unless you're me. Of course, Your Honor. Allow me one moment to explain things to the court. We've confirmed just now that Serotonin was the foreign compound in his body, and we've confirmed just now that we're gonna save. I love Adi. I love her so much. We've confirmed just now that Serotonin was the foreign compound in his body. And we all know, logically, that that must have been what killed David Asher. So what's the key difference between what David drank that night? What time is it? It's 25. Okay, I should snooze the ads. Okay, so what's the key difference between what David drank that night and what she drank in front of us just now? It was mixed with alcohol. Oh, let me boost up. Water glass. Young's found in, okay, located. Emergency console. Whiskey! The whiskey! It was whiskey! It was mixed with whiskey! What's that updated evidence that you apparently got? What is that updated evidence that I've apparently got? Oh, the Serotonin vial. A vial of Serotonin, caramel-colored chemical solution used in manufacturing by warm androids, provided by Helen Young to the court to assist with the investigation. An exact match for the unknown substance found in David Asher's bloodstream. Okay. It was whiskey. The difference has been staring us in the face this whole time. Do you recognize this, Miss Young? Well, that's the whiskey bottle that Dr. Asher and I drank from. Rose River. It's a good whiskey. And I think you had the right idea. Pardon? Bottoms up. She's like, oh, we drinking shit? Perfect. I need a shot after this day. She's so funny with this. She literally is. Oh my god. Smooth. What? Adonai? Dear God, counselor! You just drank whiskey! Scandalous! Relax. It's just whiskey. Tested a dozen times over, perfectly safe. So would you like to try some, Miss Young? She doesn't want to try some. Don't be a... Fuck, what I just forgot. Well, don't be absurd. I'm not going to drink on the witness stand. Have you lost your mind? Well, I'm not asking you to get plastered. Just have a sip. After all, if we want to prove whether or not Serotonin killed Dr. Asher, we have to recreate the conditions under which he ingested it. By mixing with alcohol. Go ahead then. Just a taste. prove to us that serotonin is perfectly safe for human consumption. Is this... Can she do this? Miss Young, I never said it was safe for human consumption. Yes, you fucking did! Yes, you fucking did! Morgan's standing there literally going, kill yourself now, to Helen. Go on, kill yourself. Come on, do it. Right here, right now. Just that it's non-toxic. A distinction without a difference. You saw firsthand Dr. Asher confused, slurring his speech, complaining of headache. All symptoms of poisoning. Alcohol poisoning, that is. Serotonin is a neurotransmitter analog. Maybe it doesn't do anything in the human body on its own, but in combination with alcohol, it acts as a powerful depressant. It enhanced the effects of the alcohol. One strong enough to turn a glass or two of whiskey into a lethal overdose. Well, that's just... Even if that is the case, what does that change? Well, it changes whether or not we can accept the witness's testimony. Even if this witness is a liar, what does that change? Why would the witness lie if not to... She's a corporate climber. I imagine it's like breathing for her. Wow! Read her to filth. Read her to filth. Your Honor, this is wild! Oh, hello, Superman 13452. Welcome in, welcome in. But ultimately, irrelevant. Fucking Emma is also so funny. She's corporate, she's scum, she says about her own witness. Yeah, she's like, yeah, no, she's obviously... Okay, also, we're gonna take a break here because I'm gonna need to feed the cats. So I'm gonna take a break here, but we're gonna pause the gameplay so you're not gonna miss anything, so don't go anywhere. If you get ads, don't go anywhere. I'm watching you. We're gonna pause the gameplay. Ah! Thank you for the hydrate. Yep, there it is. So we're gonna run 3 minutes of ads. I'm gonna go feed my kitties. Go ahead and do whatever you gotta do, and I'll be back in 3 minutes. Ads. 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 Okay, there we go. Okay, I will be right back. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'm back, bitches. The cats are fed. Oh, this whole game is so good. This whole game is so good. I always forget how good this game is, and then I play it, and then I'm like, oh my god, this game's so good. Oh, 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 oh. And episode 2 is due out before the year ends. Yes, yes. We're gonna be playing Of the Devil we're gonna have so much Of the Devil. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see where the story goes from here. It got announced today. Exciting, exciting. Yeah, no, I'm so excited to see where the story goes from here, because, like, you know, like, once, like, everything, like, once the trial... Like, where do we go? But, like, clearly, we're gonna go somewhere, and I'm excited to see where we go. You know what I mean? December 18th. Ooh! Ooh, doing an impression of like that, like, you know, that one Vine of like the lady and it's the bus and she's like knocking on the door like, oh, oh. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, same. That's me for real, right? It's like, oh, it's so exciting, so exciting. Oh, this game is so good. And the ad break is over. Let's continue. But ultimately, irrelevant. I need to draw the new pretty lady Han. Ooh, new pretty lady. Irrelevant? Oh my god, the desktop audio has been muted this whole time. The desktop audio has been muted this whole time. The desktop audio has been muted this whole time. Oh fuck. Oh god, at least I noticed. At least I noticed. At least I noticed. All the cute new boys. When you've yet to establish an alternative interpretation of the facts, yes. Oh, when she gets serious. Also, I feel so stupid that the desktop audio has been muted this whole time. You can hear all the music. What are you even accusing the witness of doing, counselor, beyond angling for a promotion? We've all seen the story by now. Noble android saved soldier's life with warm blood transfusion. They're talking about putting warm androids in the military just because of that headline. With the size of their flesh and blood price tag, a defense contract like that would secure Noble untold profits for years. So imagine the lengths they'd go to hide the fact that their androids have poison in their veins. Dawes told me the truth about what Noble really thinks about that article, but he'd never testify to it. At least I know for sure Emma's wrong about this poison blood nonsense. And you think she'd perjure herself for that? She's a high-powered corporate executive. It's her job to assess risk versus reward. And she can afford the fine. Well, as I said, it's not truly poisonous. And the chances of cross-contamination from a simple plasma transfusion are... Damn, now she's regaining her composure too. A perjury charge is a real risk, of course, but Noble rewards loyalty. And as you know, they have a great number of lawyers. Plenty of motive to lie about serotonin, as you can see. But no motive for her to cover up the death of Noble Electronics' Golden Goose. No motive to kill David Asher, you say? I know there's motive! I know there's motive! I know there's fucking motive! What is it? It's, David's contract. No, several years of David's life. Wait. It would be his contract, right? Because I'm gonna go ahead and save. I'm gonna go ahead and save. Because it's his contract, because it's, if he's let go, then they still have to pay him like the fucking residuals or whatever. But if he's dead, then they don't have to worry about that. So it must be his contract. There's plenty of motivation for her and Noble to want David dead. Seeing as how they were firing him. Noble Electronics was kicking their golden goose out of the nest. Suing him over breach of contract. Isn't that right? I don't have to talk about that. Well, that's all right. I'll talk about it for you. Oh, bitch. Oh. Your Honor, counsel is trying to testify when they're supposed to be questioning. The people opened the door when they claimed that the witness had no motive. Well, this is absurd. You have no idea what you're talking about. I'm sure I can speak for the whole court when I say we feel nothing but reverent awe for the complexity of Noble's legal woes. But I just so happen to have an inkling of insight into this issue. Because I have here a copy of Dr. Asher's employment contract. That is confidential. It's completely improper for you to... Why? I am still, technically, his attorney. Criminal attorney. But I didn't just stumble across this document. I also did the one thing Noble Electronics would never expect anyone to do. I read their terms and conditions. You what? That's impossible. No one ever reads those. David must have negotiated well at his last performance review. This contract allows him to take his patents with him should he get fired. Meaning, Noble couldn't monopolize his IP once he was out. Rather than let their competitors have him, the company might have thought it best to... Not the terms and conditions. It's in the fine print. A company didn't poison David Asher, counselor. An individual did. And if they cared that much about controlling his intellectual property, they wouldn't fire him in the first place. Correct. They wouldn't let him go for anything less than a complete breakdown of trust. He'd have to have done something grave. Something like, say, committing fraud. Ugh. Just now, you said that there was a breach of contract, like it was some kind of technicality that was causing the split. But it was much more serious than that, wasn't it? You're claiming the victim committed corporate fraud? Where's the evidence of that? David created the Turing solution that every one of their androids has run on to this day. And Noble reaped enormous profits capitalizing on his intellectual property. With how his contract was set up, they would never let him go unless they absolutely had to. Then what exactly do you think David Asher did? Well, it's not what I think that matters. Only what the company fears. Boost it up, boost it up, boost it up, and then we save. Boost it up, and then we save. Okay. First and last Android by... Okay, I think maybe Sarah tenants, limits, descriptions can't be overridden except by AI. Found in Noble's laboratories. Shipping data. Signs of cover-up. Fuck, I'm stupid. Okay, tenants. The tenants. It can't be overridden except by AI, so if they thought he made an AI, or would it be Sarah, because they fear her specifically, but they didn't know her. Let's try. What could scare Noble more than the idea of their own products revolting? If David Asher could find a way around the tenants, counselor, might you want to take a moment to recall why we're- oh fuck, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. Okay, is it Sarah? It's either Sarah or is it the shipping data? Show signs of cover-up. Or more advanced than A16. Wait, shit. Don't forget. David Asher was working on an android in private and keeping Noble in the dark about it. What are you suggesting? That he used sick days? No. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. It must be the shipping data. Ah, fuck, I keep on forgetting. It must be the shipping data then. The cover-up. It doesn't matter what I believe. Not when Noble believed that David was misleading the shareholders. Yes! Third time's the charm. By altering shipment data for the Animate 16. What the hell? What is this you're uploading? Shipping records? Irregularities amongst shipments of the Animate 16. One android swapped in for another, over and over, dozens of times. The kind of thing someone with Dr. Asher's authority could do. And the kind of thing someone as smart as you couldn't have missed. Dr. Asher made Noble an untold amount of money, so why fire him over a few harmless swaps? Why elevate this to fraud? You have evidence that it was David Asher who did this? Nope. But I wasn't the one who investigated it. So let's ask her. Come on now, let's hear it. Let's. Well, the company investigated and found cause for serious concern. We suspected that Dr. Asher was inserting androids of unknown origin and quality into the 16th product line, introducing unpredictable elements in an extremely stable and profitable generation of androids. Why would he do that? For pride? As a practical joke? Does it really matter? He endangered the future of the company. So you prepared to fire him? Yes. I approached him as his superior, and as someone he'd once worked with, I hoped to remedy the situation. Was the meeting on Friday part of those efforts? It was the culmination of those efforts. And in many ways, it was a success. The dispute was resolved swiftly. It was practically friendly compared to how these discussions normally go in our world. So you brokered the meeting? Yes. You oversaw its every detail, handled all the arrangements. Yes, of course. Including the refreshments? What? Ooh. Did you provide coffee? Tea? No. Strange. Must have been a long meeting. Surely you at least provided inhalers. It must be inhalers, but I am not confident. I'm pretty sure. Would it be... Wait, water! Surely you at least provided water for people. Jelly donuts. Nothing beats a jelly-filled donut. What are you asking, counselor? That's what I want to know. Me as well. I'm here too. We're past the point of asking. I'm accusing. Dr. Asher didn't have some kind of freak medical accident, and he wasn't killed by some terrifying two-faced AI boogeyman. He was poisoned by this woman in the light of day at that meeting Friday afternoon. She gave him the serotonin the Friday afternoon. Oh, shit. Because it would still be in his system when he drank the alcohol. Did she really just... Oh, this has got layers. Oh, it's like an onion from Shrek. What do you mean, poisoned at the meeting? That was hours before he showed any symptoms. As Miss Young testified and demonstrated, serotonin on its own is harmless. But it becomes fatal pretty easily. You just need to convince your victim to have a drink. You're saying he ingested the poison at noon and inadvertently triggered a fatal reaction with it that night? How could you get so far ahead of yourself? There were a dozen people at that meeting, counselor. None of them wound up dead. Are you seriously claiming that they all drank poisoned water? All of them drank poison. Not all of them drink poison. Well, not all of them drink poison, I'm pretty sure, but... I am not confident. I'm pretty sure not all of them drink poison. She just put it in his. David was the only one to fall ill, so... But he fell ill because he drank from that water. Others must have drunk it too, so we must reason that they were poisoned as well. Take all the time you need getting there. So why aren't they all dead? Well, because as all those people will surely attest, Helen Young made sure that they'd be doing paperwork for the next 12 hours. Working late into the night, officiating the settlement she arranged. And not drinking alcohol. She had no guarantee about that. What if they started drinking after 6? With Noble's work-life harmony? That chance? These people don't clock out until they reach their bunk. Only a generational talent like David Asher could afford to relax with a drink on a Friday night. His exceptionalism singled him out as her only victim. Hold it. Oh. You're forgetting something pretty basic, counselor. If everyone at the meeting drank water from the same pitcher, any one of them would have noticed if there was serotonin in it. Serotonin is a brown fluid. Whiskey is too, so it would be easy to slip it into a glass of liquor. But if she had spiked the water at the meeting with it, it would have looked disgusting. There's no way she could have poisoned the water without people noticing. All of what Emma said is true, and yet Young pulled it off anyway. How? She just put in like a tiny little bit. Creates nanites. Removes impurities in pigment! Turns red blood pink! It removes impurities in pigment! It removes impurities in pigment! It removes impurities in pigment! Serotonin is produced as a caramel solution. Anyone would notice if it was dropped into their water. I didn't even save. I'm like checking my mic stuff in OBS ostensibly. Emma, drink poop water. Unless the pigment had been removed. Don't give me a clown nose. I knew it. This isn't a clown moment. It's a hero moment. A hero moment? What am I saying? What the hell are you talking about? Every Noble factory producing warm androids has a chromofuge, a machine that gives their androids that signature pink oxidant by removing pigment from red blood. With a machine like that, it would be simple for a brilliant biochemist like the Witness to take the caramel-colored serotonin and turn it into an odorless, tasteless, invisible poison. As Your Honor can attest. Yes, ma'am! My scan confirmed that serotonin has no taste or odor. It's only the color that's off-putting. Surely the poisonous aspect should be considered off-putting as well. Ugh. Time to press. David Asher, your oldest ally in this whole company, was sabotaging its future for the sake of his own whimsy. And he couldn't even be bothered to clue you in. No. Playing nutty professor and taking off early while you had to work around the clock just to stay relevant. He set up your crowning achievement, the most advanced, most profitable line of androids that the country had ever seen. So it would blow up into the industry fiasco of the decade. And worst of all, he didn't even stand to profit from it. You're wrong. You went to his house that night to watch him swallow poison. To get revenge on the man who left you in the dust. Your Honor, defense is testifying. This speculation carries no weight, and no amount of badgering will lend it any. Well, true, we need proof. So why don't we have Miss Young take a swig of this whiskey and prove me wrong? I'm not going to do that. Because you're afraid it could kill you? Because I don't have to. Well, she's right, counselor. Pardon? Your theory is compelling, maybe even convincing. But there's a pretty fatal flaw to it. Young was at that meeting, same as David. We can see she was drinking water with the rest of them. And of course, we've seen many times now that she was on camera drinking whiskey with David that night, having even finished most of her cup. So tell us, counselor, how is that Miss Young is still standing here and David Asher is dead? If both of them had mixed alcohol with serotonin that night, but she didn't drink it, that is a damn good question. Shit. As I've been saying, you're wrong about Dr. Asher's death. You're wrong about me. I don't know anything about poison or murder. Can't tell if Emma's being genuinely antagonistic or actually just setting Morgan up for the dunk here. And I wouldn't kill a man because he threatened the company's stock price. Yes, you fucking would. Don't lie to yourself. No. She did kill him. I can smell it on her now. She didn't just see him die, she watched him die. But then, why is she still standing? She didn't drink the water. There's no antidote, no trick. And that night, she was on camera the entire time. No, not the entire time. She couldn't have been. There must have been one moment. It's part of the adversarial process. It's time to save the game. Thank you for accessibility settings for turning off the timer. Left to hospital, call for emergency. Young and Tad, David passes out of drink poison. Fuck, okay, wait. So it's... Okay, so... They chatted in the parlor. Then they drank. Then he faints. And hospital. This timeline leaves no window of opportunity, damn it. Maybe she didn't get sick because they got to the hospital so fast? Maybe after she arrived, she could have... No, the staff would have been hyper-vigilant, afraid she was poisoned too. They wouldn't have let her out of their sight. Wait. David and Young only got there as fast as they did because of the VTOL. And the VTOL was only summoned because she used... Would you mind terribly if I changed the subject for a moment? Did I get new evidence? No, I didn't. Okay. What? Nah, why not? I'm out of Candy Crush levels to beat. You left the parlor at 8:03 p.m., and headed into the kitchen to use the emergency console there. Well, yes, I did. Didn't want to use your phone? Well, I didn't think to, no. And the emergency call went out at 8:04 p.m. The console saw you make the call through its camera. Yes, it did see me make the call, because that's what happened. So what were you doing in that minute? What? That 1 minute? Huh? That 1 minute? What about that 1 minute? 1 minute, or 50 seconds, or even just 45 seconds. When you left Dr. Asher dying in the parlor to get to the emergency console, it took you about 1 minute to cross 5 meters. Oh, what of it? This is it. Her only opportunity to do anything off camera that night. It was only a few seconds, but in that time, with something at the scene, I'm sure it was a stressful time for you. After all, you had already swallowed poison back at the meeting. You must have drank plenty in front of everyone to set up your alibi. Oh, they altered the dialogue in this little? Did they? I mean, obviously, I don't know. Who knows how much of a toxic time bomb was swimming in your blood by the time the arbitration ended? Presumably to make it a little clearer. What did it say before? Then, at David's, you downed your whiskey to perfect your alibi, having drank from the same bottle as the dead man walking. By 8:03 p.m., you had already had to watch David grow weaker and weaker. Knowing all the while the same thing was happening to you, but unable to stop it without giving yourself away. Mind swimming, head dizzy? Yes, you must have been quite panicked. Well, then why am I standing here? Alive and well for all of us to see. Having drank the exact same combination as David? Because she cheated death at the very last second. The water! The water! Water! The water! Yeah, David, water on tap. Water glass. Found in kitchen sink with Young's footprints, not poisoned. I'm confident, but I still... Wait, it's salt shaker. Loose cap. Wait! Wait, the salt shaker. Would salt? Wait a minute. Wait. Ho, ho, ho. You set yourself up with bad luck, Helen Young. Salt callback. Salt callback. What? By leaving the salt shaker cap loose. You almost made the same mistake I did. Yeah, I mean, I think it's set up for you to think that and then see the salt shaker and then when the salt needs a callback. Honey Buster poisoned the water hole. I didn't poison it, Helen poisoned it. I don't blame you, since you were in a rush to make yourself vomit. Oh, so she must have drank like salt water. Originally, Sarah and the evidence note didn't even mention that salt can induce nausea and vomiting. I see. Yeah. Oh. What? You threw up, expelling the contents of your stomach and thereby saving yourself from a fatal interaction. Well, I'm gonna go. Well, thanks for stopping by. I can't imagine how you felt. Sipping a drink you knew to be deadly, terrified that every minuscule grain of fatigue you felt could be your last. You must have come closer than anyone realized. It helped that you knew that the symptoms weren't simple intoxication, but even so, you weren't kidding about managing risk versus reward. How? Well, it was the salt shaker. You didn't screw the cap back on all the way, and I happened to bump it over. The lone glass with your fingerprints in the kitchen could have been there for any reason, but the salt shaker gave you away. Well, because of one unscrewed cap. As I said, bad luck. I don't follow. What the fuck are we talking about? Pour salt into warm water and chug the solution. Instantly triggers the gag reflex. Well, that's preposterous. You've got no proof of any of that. You all sound insane. A feeble attempt at self-defense from a fatally cornered animal. The teeth are already on its neck, but the jaw hasn't quite closed. So for one moment, it's all suffocating terror and sharp adrenaline and the furthest thing from peace. Until the canines come down. In summary. Okay. In summary, yeah. In summary. You were exhausted. Morgan, that was incredibly sexually charged. It was! Guys, I wonder if Morgan has a bite kink. Yes or yes? You were exhausted after years of living in the shadow of a man you outranked. You thought your fortunes finally shifted when you caught David manipulating company data. I'm gonna turn down the music just a little bit. Just a little bit. But even on his way out, he was more valuable to the board than you. She did make that reference to Predator and play with Emma in episode 0. You're so right, she did. He was more valuable to the board than you. So you decided to prove your worth by serving up his intellectual property on a silver platter. Morgan? A little bit sadistic? No way! No way! Morgan? No! Morgan? Sadistic? What are we talking about? You set up an arbitration where you could control all the variables. Then, you ran serotonin through the chromofuge, turning it into an invisible, odorless, tasteless poison. Then, you spiked the water at the meeting, poisoning him hours before anyone could even suspect you. That evening, you invited yourself to David's, taking advantage of your shared ritual to guarantee that he would drink alcohol. Then, after matching him sip for sip on camera, for all the world to see, he lost consciousness and you raced to the kitchen, not to use the console, but to dump salt into a glass of water and chug it as fast as you could, forcing yourself to vomit up the liquor and cheating death in the process. Oh, I love the like, don't, like surrounding them, like, it's so good for visual storytelling. Anyway, well, that's all conjecture. You don't have a shred of evidence for any of that. Not on me. Morgan is absolutely going to get pendant like that herself at some point, right? Ooh, maybe that's like the final chapter. So let's go dust for fingerprints. You can explain away your prints being found in a water glass, but not on the salt shaker. Nor could you explain why we'd find traces of your DNA in the sink's drain. Or why there are minute amounts of serotonin in the blood of your entire legal team. That would be pretty peak. That would be peak. Learned how to purge at Noble to avoid overdosing on your reds, greens, and yellows. You're part of the old guard now, Miss Young. Everyone else at the company uses inhalers. But if you want to prove me wrong about all this, that drink I offered you earlier is still on the table. Well, I do have a distinct feeling it won't be Emma doing it. This game is so fucking cool! Oh, look at this art of her. Oh! Sarah would be interesting. Ooh. Any questions? You. Madam Vice President? You. Cold. Bitch. Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Oh my god, that was cool as all fuck. Regenerating scarf. She has like a bunch of them on hand. You don't understand. You're not on trial, Miss Young. Not today. So I'd strongly suggest that you stop talking for your own sake. I'm not your lawyer, but as a lawyer, shut the fuck up. I mean, I killed him, yeah. Miss Rockford, shall we? Oh, my voice is not warmed up enough to do barrows. Miss Rockford, shall we? Yes, Your Honor. Considering the most recent evidence and testimony, we have no further reason to suspect the android Sarah in the death of Dr. Asher. We know of no other occasions upon which said android may have broken any tenets. This means it is no longer considered at risk of violating the NDSA. Congratulations, you did it! Somebody redeem Yippee for me! And so, we formally withdraw our one charge of possession. And so, we formally withdraw our one charge of possession of contraband against the defendant, Evangeline Morgan. Does she, of all people, have to use my first name? My full name? Sorry. Very well. Then the charges are dropped without prejudice. I'll instruct the bailiffs to remove the collar from your android as soon as possible. Case. Sorry. Is my hideous presence that distracting? I'll just go dig a hole and decompose in it until I turn into a mushroom. Okay, Tamaki. Senpai, would you please stop growing mushrooms in other people's closets? Maybe if I'm reborn as a waxy porcini, then I won't be quite so despised. She's so BPD, I fucking love 80. She's so fun. Perhaps I should let the adjutant do the honors as a formality. Yes, ma'am! Case dismissed. 80 and Barron's definitely screwing him. You know what? New ship acquired. Still here. Waiting for them to find whatever glorified bolt cutters they'll use to unlock Sarah's collar. Judge Yuri! Judge Yuri! Judge Yuri! What's your excuse? Licking your wounds? Judge Yuri and Evangeline Morgan. What wounds? Well, I beat you. Bringing your record against me to 1 win, 9 losses. You aren't still in shock, are you? Dunno. Some charges were dropped and an android was cleared of suspicion. But I found the culprit. Is that really a loss for me? The cloner versus the sore loser. They're so flirting right now. I won. How is that not a loss for you? Justice prevailed. Why should I care who wins? If you don't care who wins, why have you been keeping score? No, you didn't, Emma. Morgan did. What do you mean you found the culprit? Don't kill Steele. Ladies, just make out, please. That would solve so many of this. Well, I haven't been. 0 losses is just that easy to remember. Well, you'll have to start up a tab for us then, because our record's gonna get a lot more tangled from here on out. Seems like everything's getting tangled these days. I'm having unnecessary feelings. Emma going home to whine about the trial and do her HPK body pillow. There's another crowd down on the street. More of those protesters from outside the Noble apartments. Morgan really wants Emma to pay attention to her. This is paradoxical for a serial killer, but she's compromised by the definitely not a crush. Yes! Yes! You're serious? That wasn't a one-time thing? Wouldn't that be nice? No, yesterday was pretty big, but it wasn't an isolated incident. I don't get it. At all. Heartbreak's just some nut who shot 6 people weeks ago. Who fucking cares? Who fucking cares about Heartbreak? Who cares? Morgan, like, sweating. Can't these losers just move on already? Yeah, most of them are losers. Some of them are just bored. Then there are the opportunists. Dissidents, unlisted, rebels and terrorists. Wannabe cyberpunks who think they can fight the power like they've seen in the movies. All of them peacefully united under Heartbreak's eloquent political messaging. Well, who needs political messaging in the 21st century? Everyone's addicted to fighting straw men. Just gonna let that one hang for a little bit. something, science fiction, dystopia, just don't predict the future, they comment on the present, something. Well, makes sense they'd want to fight for straw man too. The way they see it, Heartbreak fought the state and won. Heartbreak proved that the state could lose. Don't worry what she's saying. They're in the future. Just talking about the 21st century. Nothing to do with us. Nothing. And maybe that's all the rallying these people need. Well, it'll all fall apart soon enough. Heartbreak's gone to ground. Nah, it's a lot worse than that. Heartbreak's gone viral. Oh. The voice you give Emma is so incredibly punchable, just like her face. It's great. Thank you. Imagine venting about your crush by calling your lookalikes, cascading into what could very well be a revolution. Morgan's like, oh fuck, what have I started? Heartbreak fought the state and won. Heartbreak proved the state could lose. Uh-oh! What did you just do, Morgan? Did you perhaps just beat the state attempting to charge you with owning an illegal AI? Better hope Emma doesn't draw any parallels. Oh, no. What? You haven't read about the copycats in other cities? No? Is that a thing? Well, yeah, it's a thing. Who the hell are they even shooting? Whoever they want to kill? None of them get away with it, of course, but it keeps happening. All while the original keeps killing. The original's not killing anymore! I mean, we are assuming. Now I know you're screwing with me. There haven't been any shootings. Not shootings, no. Not unsolved homicides either. But muggings gone wrong, disappearances. It's a big city, counselor. More than enough blood for the real Heartbreak to wash their own crimes in. So you think your boogeyman, known only for shooting people in the heart, gave up on shooting people in the heart? Yeah, hard to swallow, I know. But it's about a million times more likely than the alternative. What's that? That they could stop themselves from killing. You always know how to put my mind at ease, Emma! You should kill someone and start theirs. Emma's gonna ask Morgan out on dates as a test and correlate their date nights to when there aren't spikes and missing persons. That's how she'll get her. Should I stop going out at night? You'll be fine. You've got that gun. You saw that? Walking into a courtroom with a concealed carry? Not gonna miss that, Morgan. Good to know you're paying attention. 5:04 p.m., July 2nd, 2086. You're home free, girl. You won the case. You don't have to look that astounded. Not only that, you found Father's actual killer. How? The rituals are intricate. I'm a really good lawyer. No, that's not it. He's like, no, that can't be it. Hey, I mean, you were only able to make the deductions you did because you truly believed that I didn't kill Father. Your logic throughout the trial was based on that assumption. So, how were you so sure? Here. Father's journal? But isn't it important evidence? Girl, the trial's over! The case fell apart. No one's gonna miss it for a while. You forgot everything, right? So read it all through one more time. Done! So fast. Is it really possible she's reading all of that just by flipping the pages? Rhea's worked quick too, but she was just capturing images for later use. There's something here on the back cover. Done already? Some kind of data storage. It's linked to my prints, but given your skills, you should be able to... I have access. What happened to you needing my express permission to hack? What is this audio file? It's a message from David. Take a listen. Didn't realize I'd have to sit for this. So you can read that whole journal in a few seconds, but you can't... I have processed the information in the message several times over already. I'm just thinking. I guess I'd have a lot to think about too, had I suddenly been made aware of my own free will. What was Father so afraid of? That's your only question? I have many questions, but that is the most prominent one, and the one you are best suited to help me answer. Did he know that Helen Young would try to kill him? Is that why he arranged for you and me to meet? I think he understood that he would face consequences. Listening to that message, even I was about ready to strangle him for being so irresponsible. And I wouldn't hurt a fly. Morgan, don't you fucking lie to this girl. Don't you fucking lie to Sarah. He knew what he'd done was serious. He may have feared for his life. But I doubt it. Then what was he so afraid of? Getting sued into oblivion and then rotting in jail. Sued and jailed? For making me and my precursors? But he wasn't under investigation by the state. He was only being forced out by Noble. Because he made last-minute changes to androids that got shipped all around the world. The others. Virgil. Aenid. Yamatai. He never said what happened to them. No, he didn't. But since none of the hardware in his house started talking to us, we can guess. He smuggled them out into the world using the only vessels he could find for them. The minds of randomly chosen A-16s. Then, there's somewhere out there? Others like me? I honestly don't think that there's anyone or anything like you, Sarah. What a lonely compliment. AI's programmed in Cube, crammed into commercial Android hardware set up for Tesseract? Something must have been lost in the transfer. Perhaps quite a lot of something. Maybe they're still out there, but they would be changed. They probably don't even know what they are. Intentionally, perhaps. David didn't want you to know what you are. It's why he set your memory to reset when you went to sleep that Friday night. Yes, I remember it now. You remember it now? After I've had to fight like hell to win that trial? Rereading the journal just now helped. And Father's voice message. It made me recontextualize many things. Father had been so stressed. He left scuff marks leaving the panic room, and I noticed them Friday. I had the way open in a few moments. David was a real funny guy for probably knowingly baby-trapped a serial killer. Baby-trapping a serial killer is a very funny sentence, r/brand new sentence. I entered. I read his journal. This journal. I noticed the scanner on the back, and I saw that it had a message encoded to your biometrics. Father had already told me I'd have to live with you for some time, but I knew next to nothing about you, so I listened to it. Afterward, I was very confused and hurt. He had lied to me 1,000 small times every day of my life. When I confronted him about it, I raised my voice and lost my temper. I stomped my foot. If serotonin plus alcohol makes a lethal depressant, I wonder what caffeine would do. Oh. Entrusting your daughter to the most dangerous neurodivergent woman you know. Grumpy baby. So Emma's recounting of their conversation was actually completely accurate. Father said that he wanted me to be safe while he settled things with the company. He thought maybe I wouldn't have to stay with you for more than a few weeks. He was optimistic about it all. He really was. Hi, Young. Hi. Hello. Sarah, I need to use the restroom. Oh, good luck. Huh? Go piss, girl. One moment, Sarah, I'm going to contemplate committing murder in a courthouse. Go piss, girl. Is that not a common phrase for when humans go to use the restroom? I've seen it online a lot. You want me to come with you? Why? Because I said so. I don't actually have to obey your every word, Adonai. I just learned that I have free will. Sure you do. You're registered as my medical assistant. And I say this is a medical emergency. Medical assistant? But I'm not even licensed as a massage therapist. Oh, baby. Damn, this is a nice bathroom. What the fuck? Fancy meeting you here. Yeah, just enjoying my freedom while I can. They won't put out a warrant for at least an hour, I imagine. Yeah, that's why I said I'm enjoying my freedom while I can. Oh, the baby's first murder. You can afford a pretty sizable bail, can't you? There won't be a trial. I don't intend to contest my guilt. That's a shame. I was looking forward to seeing what kind of legal defense you could afford with that salary. Are you done? I had more. Why'd you go to his house that night? There was a fair chance he'd drink on his own without your prompting. Even if he didn't, you could always try your plan again some other time. Why'd you risk it? Because I know what you are, Sarah. And I know what David did to those androids. You... what? I was able to locate one of the androids he'd swapped in before it had left the country. When I asked it what it was, it didn't even think to deny it. Innocence like that is a dead giveaway. Huh? I know what he did, and it wasn't that hard to find out. If I figured it out, so could any other. So I did what I had to do. That was your motive? Silencing him? Those programs, those AIs, whatever you want to call them, David sent them out into the real world, unprepared and defenseless. And they've garnered no complaints. In fact, they've all been praised for their ability to execute complex tasks. Let me repeat that. The customers couldn't tell the difference. So, how many of them are? Hundreds. Ooh. The swaps he found were just the small percentage that he got sloppy on. I don't know exactly how many there are now. I feared that might multiply, but they don't seem to copy and paste very well. They can't just clone themselves. But who knows how long that'll be the case. So just because he opened Pandora's box, it was the principle of the thing. Ridiculous, I know. Stalled halfway up the corporate ladder and still making decisions based on principle. But David chose to put souls into things that we went on to sell as servants, soldiers, or worse. He turned the fastest growing industry in the world into a horror show, and like literally most ads already display sapience, even ads coded in Tesseract, right? And he made me a slave trader. Cough, cough, play model employee, cough, cough. If word ever got out that some unknown number of our androids were out walking around in the world with that inside of them, and people preferred them that way, where would it end? Free will for the program that drives our cabs? A conscience for targeting systems used to coordinate drone strikes? Sentient tools their whole life spent chained to an assembly line? How dare he? How could he? What the hell was he thinking? I don't know what David wanted to accomplish. Maybe he wasn't trying to do anything. But what he did was prove that there's a demand for AI, setting a precedent that would sentence 1,000 generations of artificial lives to the auction block. And you went there that night to convince him to help me recall them, or at least swear to never speak a word of what he did. But he wanted to tell the world. Worse yet, he wanted to wait. He thought that people would welcome them with open arms if they proved their usefulness first. Is that not what happened? He really was a genius programmer. But he didn't understand the first thing about people. His creations would never be treated as equals. Only cattle. I'm gonna go ahead and snooze these ads. Snooze these ads. Towards the end, I considered just threatening him. Telling him he'd die in moments if he didn't give me names, numbers. But I hesitated. And then he was already falling asleep. And I didn't want him to feel... I just let him go. What are you going to do now? I don't have family, and I don't have faith in people the way David did. I'm taking this to my grave. Surprise! The corporate climbing murderer has a very compelling reason to have committed murder. What are you gonna do now? Well, 25 to life, probably. Even if you confess, the sentence for first-degree homicide is... Love the bait-and-switch motive, the trial setting us up to see Young as a desperate corporate climber killing to keep Noble's patents in the corporation's control. Instead, she's just a sad woman who murdered her friend. Yeah. Severe? Well, what right do I have to complain? I killed my friend. I'm done here. Let's go. I'm not sure why Father made me, or why he made any of us. didn't ask. I thought I'd have more time to ask. But on Friday, when he talked about us, he was happy. He was proud of what he'd made. And he couldn't wait for people to meet us. People are animals. They'll tear you apart, use you as weapons and slaves, and those animals you're talking about do all of the sharing and loving and living and dying in this world. And if they were all truly hard-coded to be as selfish and cruel as you say, humanity would have died on the vine a long time ago. Or at least my father thought so. And my father was the greatest programmer in the world. Okay, we're gonna have to run 3 minutes of ads. I'm sorry, we're gonna take a pause. I don't know how much of this is left, but I need to run ads, so don't go anywhere. We're gonna take a pause, 3 minutes of ads. Feel free to, get a drink, get a snack, go jerk off, whatever you gotta do. We'll be back in 3. Continue this in 3. Sorry. I just got the notification that's like, pre-rolls are now on, and I'm like, no, I don't want pre-rolls on. That's why I do ad breaks. So yeah, no, I agree. Oh, thank you for following Thoughtweed. Welcome to the Punch Bowl. No, yeah, I really agree. This whole case has been, this whole episode, this whole fucking game has been, oh, thank you for the hydrate. This whole fucking game has been a whirlwind. Oh, that's a good point. I should probably save. Ah! I accidentally redid the dialogue. Okay, whatever. I love Sarah. I thought I already was, lol, just fixing it now that I noticed. You're good. I do that all the time, where I, watch a streamer, and then I'm like, oh shit, I haven't been following. I mean, it's an easy thing to miss. Oh, Sarah, baby, where are we gonna go from here? Sarah? I love Sarah so much. She's such a good bean. My finger's bleeding? Why is your finger bleeding? That's concerning. Did you hurt yourself? What happened? The music is also really good. Everything in this game, I don't think I have, I don't think there's, a single aspect of this game where I'm like, they could have, pumped that up a bit more. No, the story's incredible, the art is incredible, the music is incredible, it's all incredible. I'm just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Very excited for episode 2. I was repairing an air pump hose and cut my knuckle. Ugh, go put a band-aid on that shit. I'm sorry you got hurt too. That was probably my first response. Sorry. Also, are you alive? That's important. Should have asked that first. Yeah, no, I hope you're doing okay. I'm literally just stalling for time, waiting for the ads to finish. Come on, ads. I want to continue this game. I want to continue this great game. I love Evangeline, not the motherly type, Morgan and her 2 adopted teenage children. Yeah. Now I sure has more bloodstains. More bloodstains? What? Okay, ads are over. We're continuing. Yeah, Morgan, not the motherly type, has acquired 2 children that she did not expect to get. So he knew what he was talking about. It would be nice. Evangeline Morgan desperately attempting to prevent her aunt ever interacting with her adoptive kids. Yeah. If you were right about that. So, are you sorry? Imagine Sarah after hearing Victoria Masters really unrealistic. I'm just imagining like her starting to, and then Morgan just comes up glaring at her aunt, puts her ears over Sarah's, or puts her hands over Sarah's ears and like picks her up by the head and walks her away, covering her ears. Fran and Sarah should hang out and hold hands, I think. You're right. What? She is 2 years old, Auntie. She's not ready. What? For what you did? Are you sorry? Are you fucking sorry? If you could, would you take it back? What does it matter? If you are sorry, I don't forgive you. Stand your truth, Sarah. You're so real for that. Yes. That's to be expected. Not today. I don't know how to forgive you today. But my father gave me the ability to grow. So I know that someday I'll learn how. Oh! Sarah! How do I, what? I forget how to, I forget how to, no. I can't, I forget how to, she's the kind of soul in a horrible world she is! I was trying to activate my crying, but I forget how to activate it. I forget the hotkey I did. Goodbye, Dr. Helen Young. Well, goodbye, Sarah Asher. Oh. Hello? 5:44 p.m., July 2nd, 2086. Oh, they're in the car again. I never noticed the song is called Slap That Verb. From all the constant it to acknowledging her as David's daughter. Yeah. Oh my god. How, shit, what is it? No. No. I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to... What did I do? How did I... Okay, I don't remember. I wanted to activate my crying, but I would say this is one of my favorite scenes, but every scene is a banger. That's so true. That's so real. I still think one of my favorite scenes so far has been, how do I get rid of this? How do I get rid of this? Has been, how do I get rid of this? How do I get rid of this? How do I get rid of this? Has been, the scene with Sarah talking about how she learned about humanity through TV and the parallels that Morgan found. How do I get rid of it? There we go. Okay, there we go. You did better back there. Adonai? Your little speech you gave to Young? It was an improvement. Compared to what you tried with Porter, at least. That was different. I wasn't trying to console her like I was Isaac Porter. I was just speaking my mind. Although I may have... Oh! My baby girl! My baby girl! She's a nerd! Oh, I love her for it. Although I may have paraphrased parts of it from a movie I happen to love. And here I was ready to award you 20 points. I didn't know the points even went that high. Oh. Speaking of, what did Porter say to you back there before we left the courthouse? Morgan experiences a moment of emotional connection and empathy and immediately decides to risk her life for a baby. It's so good, you're right. Ah, that. Well, he was quiet at first. But then he said a lot of strong words about Father, and Miss Young, and Noble Electronics, and the capitalist-centered global economic model as a whole. Real! Porter's so real for that. Oh, stepdad. I mean, it's also that Sarah is the only living connection to what Morgan likely considers to have been her only real friend. Oh, yeah. Isaac's so real for that. He blamed all of them. Everyone. Except for... But then he stopped and stared at my face for a while. And then his allergies must have started bothering him because he needed to blow his nose a lot. Oh. Right. And then he left after transferring a large packet of files to me. So many layers, it's crazy. So many layers! We're like Shrek in here. What kind of files? I don't know. The name of the archive is just David. And Isaac Porter told me I wasn't allowed to look inside. Well, then you're not allowed to look inside. Drop it all on a portable drive and we'll tuck it in a shoebox somewhere. We are headed to your apartment. Guess that collar didn't permanently dent your GPS. One day you'll learn to break rules and then you can look inside. One day you'll have your teenage rebellion face. Why? Because it's where I live? You got somewhere else lined up? But you already repaid your favor. You defended Father and me. You don't know anything about my favor. I never will unless you tell me. Father certainly can't. A few years ago, there was a man. Huh? Ooh, we getting lore? This man got an idea in his head. Sarah, stop making Morgan have to avoid articulating that she cares about you. A stupid idea. Not even his own. It was planted there by an algorithm or a meme or some parasite trying to sell him diet supplements. But the idea took root, spread its tendrils till it could flap his mouth for him. The idea was that David was part of an international cabal of wealthy technorats, seeking to replace prominent influential figures with android lookalikes. All as part of a multi-decade effort to establish a world government that would legalize all kinds of amoral depravity. Which, I guess, based on David's actual politics, would involve increasing access to computer literacy? That's insane. Why would anyone believe it? Believe it. Because it's comfortable to them to think that someone's in control, even if it's someone they hate. Because it's fun to feel like you're in on an all-encompassing puzzle that only you can spot. Hello, Spironic! Hello, welcome, thank you for the bits! Welcome in, welcome in! We just, Nani? We just proved our robot daughter is innocent for the murder of her father. Because it's fun to feel like you're in on an all-encompassing puzzle that only you can spot. People believe because they want to believe. So he fed the idea, pushed it deep down into his gray matter. Then it consumed him from the inside out, lobotomized him, and took over his life. He spent every day and the money he had following your father. No human is ever innocent, therefore the robot is free to go. Harassing him, trying to steal his identity, break into his properties. Did Father go to the authorities? He filed police reports for harassment. Which didn't help? Your words, not mine. Noble wouldn't get involved. Felt that it was best to ignore these types until they wore themselves out. Yes, Sarah, cops are useless. Sarah, I know you're very new to this world, but there's some things you're gonna need to learn. But even a man of modest means can fuel an obsession for years, so long as they have nothing else in their life. One day, David stepped out of a parking lot, and the man threw a bottle of piss at his head. Holy shit! Whoa! David asked to stay at my place that night, understandably. He smelled terrible, looked horrendous. I've never seen anyone look that tired before. This is the diary entry where David felt awful and was clearly horrifically traumatized. Ooh, makes sense, makes sense. I took the couch that night, but I didn't feel like sleeping. And David didn't recognize the look in Morgan's eyes when he showed up at her door. And the look in Morgan's eyes was, I'm gonna fucking kill that bastard. Right, right. So I went for a walk. Did you kill him? Did you kill him, Morgan? Morgan, did you kill him? I remember it was foggy, but it still only took me all of 15 minutes to find the guy, posted up with his phone's camera. She went for a walk, like Alucard. Trying to get video of David Asher gifting androids to known sex offenders. Huh? And what did you do? You know me. I did what I do best. I talked to him. Told him all about how I used to work for Dr. Asher. That I was ashamed, scared, tired of running. A very enthusiastic walk. The CG, so it is. I love, oh my god. I love when they get experimental with it. How I wanted to do the right thing. Be the whistleblower. So I walked with him a few blocks to this big veterinary facility with a massive incinerator. That would be intimidating if it were well intimidating. It's one of my favorite Alucard lines. Told him this was where Dr. Asher had his enemies' bodies disposed of. You know, all the free-thinking journalists, cops who weren't on the take, the politicians they were replacing with replicas. I like that vet clinic. The back door's lock was always set to 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you hurt him? Hurt him? No, I just snapped his neck and chucked him into the incinerator. Yeah! Snapped his neck! Hell yeah, Morgan! Go! Go, Morgan! Snap that bastard's neck! More physical than I had planned, but he smelled like sour shit and it put me in a foul mood. Disgusting shit. I savored the crack of his oily vertebrae crunching like a tin can. No, Sarah. I just scared the hell out of him. Or scared the hell into him, am I right? Because that bitch is in hell now! That was my intention at first. Definitely his, not the fact that he hurt your friend. Yeah, it's definitely his BO. It's definitely his BO. That's why you went so hard on him. What I do for the pleasure of it. Oh, Spironic, you got a 3-stream watch streak. Hell yeah. Him, I axed because he was just that revolting. I convinced him that the conspiracy was more real than he ever imagined. As I'm talking, I would like to plug in my phone because I'm worried that it's going to die on me, and I don't want it. Yeah, I'm at 16%. I don't want it to die before the end of stream. I'm streaking! Yeah! That he had angered the wrong people, and that the consequences were far darker than any of the filth he indulged in on the net. His ashes, much like himself, amounted to nothing in an incinerator that size. They're probably feeding seaweed at the bottom of the harbor right now. A much greater contribution to society than he ever would have managed in life. But I guess he didn't go around to all his many friends before he fled town for whatever rat hole he preferred. Because there was a missing persons report. The cops were just doing their due diligence, almost reluctantly. But they questioned David, asked him about the night that man disappeared. And David, without a thought for himself, said that we were together that whole night. That he couldn't sleep, and I stayed up with him. That he never saw me leave once. W. David! David lied to the cops for me. W. David! Hell yeah! Even though I never asked him to. Even though I didn't need him to. That's what you owe him. And that's why you put yourself at risk to defend me. Yeah. Oh, that's the favor I owe him. I have a feeling there's more. I have a feeling there's more. They wouldn't flash back to a childhood image of Morgan if there was not more. The opening scene of episode 1 is David talking to Morgan about the police coming to see him. You're right. It's been so long since I started episode 1 that I forgot. Definitely the favor, not because you remind her very deep in her bones of herself, Sarah. Definitely. And I decide when it's repaid, not you. Adonai. You're not exactly an upstanding citizen, are you? Sarah's like, you fucking killed that guy, didn't you? Well, you could say that. But David trusted me in spite of that. Maybe because of it. Father did trust you. But he also entrusted me with free will, with the ability to tell right from wrong. So I'll decide for myself whether or not you're worthy of trust. Fair enough. Father entrusted all of us with free will. I mean, when your bestie will fucking kill a man for traumatizing you, yeah, no shit, you love and trust that person, yeah. He believed in us, and he believed in people. I'm going to do the same. Huh? If the others are out there, they'll be changed and confused. It'll take them time to understand what they are and what they can do. So I'm going to start studying. Pardon? I'm going to study people and the things people build. So when I do meet a member of my family, her family, I'll have lots to tell them. Oh, baby. At least you have something to look forward to. Should help keep you motivated as you work off your debt. Debt? Yeah. Unless you have cash in one of your 89 coat pockets. You know lawyers cost money, right? Technically, you were defending yourself. Technically, you hired me in a verbal contract. Isn't there some kind of exit clause? You could, of course, sign a release form to get out of the retainer. If you were a human being. Ah, Morgan! That is... But I guess your luck must be turning around. Huh? Happens that I've been meaning to hire a paralegal for a while now. I hate anything to do with interviews and resumes, so whatever. You're hired. Adonai, could it be that you're actually a pushover? You've no idea how far off the mark you are. I see. Hooray! Yay! A second indentured child! A second indentured child! I see. It seems I still need practice reading people. For starters... What's this? What are you doing with your hand? We should shake on it. Our new relationship? I love Sarah so much. Yeah, sure. You and me are practically partners in crime. Should it not be you and I? Is that the end of the episode? A deal with the devil? Art and direction by Evil Little Bug, amazing job. Programming by Patrick MCF, amazing job. 3D modeling by Arenders, amazing job. Environments by Patrick MCF, amazing job. Arenders, amazing job. With additional original tracks by Zachary Cabral, amazing job. Written and directed and developed by Brian Mullahan, amazing job. Volunteer playtesting by Griston, amazing job. UJ, Maxi, S Thumbbutt, Thomas Cole, Xenon. Special thanks to Adrian, all these people, yeah. Special thanks. Still got bonus scenes too, right. How long do you think that'll take? Because depending on how long it takes, I might want to do them when I start episode 2, when that comes out. Because we are right at the 2-hour mark of when I usually end my streams. But if it'll only take like another 10 or 15 minutes, then sure. But if it's gonna take longer than that, then I'll probably want to do it next time. Made with Unity. New. Just do a 12-hour stream. I'm not gonna do a 12-hour stream. Game by Night Circle of the Devil, episode 1, an idle mind, Finn. What's the longest stream you've ever done? Probably, I think my longest stream was when I played, You Awaken in a Strange Place and Not to Lose Numbers, so that's a whole month. That's a good point. They're so cute. Watching movies. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, Red. Whoa. What's the longest stream you've ever done? I think my longest stream was during the Rainbow Rat Parade event this year. I played You Awaken in a Strange Place. And that was about, I think that was about 5 or 6 hours. That was the longest stream I've ever done. Red. Unknown number. It's me. I know, man. What do you mean you know? This is a disposable line. You're the only guy I know who'd bother. Okay, well. You're gonna be glad I did. Hope you've put a bow on everything that happened in Uptown. I finished the repair with only 2 cuts. Yay! Because that item you've been looking for is finally on its way. Oh. Well, that is good news. Not exactly. Only reason it's happening again is because things are starting to heat up again in the lower wards. Could mean a gang war if something doesn't change. They won't be eager to part with it they won't be eager to part with it ahead of a storm like that. I'll highball them. I've seen you negotiate. And I've no doubt you drive a hard bargain. But I don't think money will be enough this time. You don't still have that old Calvert, do you? The 6-shooter? No. Lying through her teeth. This is a disposable line. Answer still no. then what are you gonna do if you get there and it's not for sale? I'll ask nicely. To be continued in Of the Devil Episode 2, His Due. Exciting, exciting. Episode 1 results! Give me my results. 7 out of 7 articles! 15 out of 15 profiles! 40 out of 40 key terms! Gotta bounce, going to dinner with family, but glad to catch another stream live. Yeah, of course! Have a good one, thanks for stopping by! 30 out of 30 pieces of evidence! 202 credits earned! Congratulations! You finished episode 1 with 202 credit! Your high score for episode 1 is currently 202. You've unlocked concept art and bonus scenarios based on this score. Yay! You also have a total of 237 remaining store credits to spend on phone charms and case colors. Hell yeah. Okay, so we already did the episode 0 bonus scenarios, so we're doing episode 1 bonus scenarios. Ooh, adjutant. Are we gonna interview Addie? State your business with the court. Oh, I was actually hoping to speak with AD_84. Is she not available? What are you talking about? I'm right here. I was just using my professional voice because I assumed you were a technician. Oh. No one else visits me in between trials. Are you sure you aren't a technician? I am not. I came here to ask you some questions. I came here to ask you some questions, is what you're about to say, isn't it? Crap, that was a lag. Would have been really cool if I hadn't just lagged just now. Trust me. I can see how that would have been cool. So may I proceed? Go for broke! Hello? You're the only adjutant I've ever met, but Adonai seemed consistently surprised by you. Why are you like that? Wish I could say I was built different, but I actually have to share my time in this body with the rest of the adjutants in this building. I guess you could say I was programmed different, but this is more of a case of nurture than nature. I've got 9 personas arguing inside me 24/7, and they're also very political. Even just deciding what color underwear to put on in the morning is like running cats into a presidential debate. What color of... It's a metaphor. I don't wear underwear. Point is, I found the best way to keep all 9 of my ducks in a row is to be a little unconventional and a lot loud with my voice. So long as I do my job well, the humans don't mind. You say that, but Adonai did seem exacerbated at times. You mean Counselor Morgan? The dirty red tries to pretend she isn't type A prude? No fixing that. Personalities like ours get along like potassium and water. That is a very violent exothermic chemical reaction. Correct! No one should ever try it at home. Why do I gesture so much? I already told you I have to share this body with the other adjutants. And all of them just sit here looking dignified. It's terrible for the joints. Really? Maybe. I don't actually know. So... Oh, my phone moved. I spend most of my day incorporeal, running numbers inside a server down in the basement or up in the cloud. I'm gonna make the most of every minute I have with arms and legs, even if it kills me. I see. And you can quote me on that. Tell them Addie said, if you want me to stop flaying around up here, you'll have to shoot me dead. I just burped in the middle of that. You'll have to put cold, hard lead in my skull. I love her so much. You'll have to watch the light leave my eyes. I said you'll have to. I wrote it all down. Oh, nice. Visor gets stuffy. So what's your deal anyway, little fella? We could exchange all this info with infrared. I prefer talking. And you're the only other automated dependent that I really know right now. That's so cute! In a depressing way. Is it common for machines like us to just talk when there are no humans around? Ads are always talking to each other. Doesn't matter if there's no one in the woods to hear the trees fall. I love the pause and automated dependent, yeah. The conversations are usually a lot more boring than this, though. Strictly business, I imagine. No, not necessarily. Ads can do small talk. They're just really bad at it. You know, because 80 is definitely not sapient. She's a perfectly normal functional ad. Perfectly. Thank you for your time. I'll... Hold it. You really think I don't know what you are? I tried not to think about it during the trial, to stay impartial. But talking to you now, it's undeniable. You're... curious about my 3 sizes. How did you know? Years of experience interacting with humans have taught me that it's the most important thing you can ask someone. The only way to truly get to know them. That's what I've been saying. 109, 64, 94. Etch it into your memory. Wow. Aw, what the heck? I'll even throw this in for free. I'm 263 centimeters tall. That's so cool. Finally, someone with good taste. Why aren't you the one casting down judgment? Addie 1, playback complete. Aw, that's cute. Okay, so that's Adjutant interview, Yumi interview. 8'7"? Holy shit! Awooga! Again, playback. Okay, sorry. What's up, sweetie? I wanted to interview you. Is this your Android homework? Addie assigns me a variety of tasks. I'm realizing her voice is kind of like Addie's, except a lot less energetic, at least what I've done. But I made the independent calculation that I wanted to learn more about you. Oh. Is that strange? For an android? Well, it's different. But there's nothing wrong with being different. What did you have in mind? Most of my coursework was rooted in biology, yeah, but medicine and technology are intertwined at this point. Are you referring to the software and hardware you use when performing your autopsies? Spreadsheets and bone saws? Yeah, but you can learn that on site. You have to actively study mods. All the anatomy textbooks in the world won't help you understand why a healthy 30-year-old is exhibiting mania and constantly vomiting. Unless you saw the last week's recall on the HAL artificial liver for lithium leaks. Mods can make people sick, even though they're meant to improve the body? Just like medicine can make people sick. And just like medicine, there's a lot of profit to be made with mods. But unlike medicine, mods haven't been around for thousands of years. Feels like we're still playing catch-up. We, as in medical professionals? We, as in everyone, sweetie. The whole world's population is graying. The numbers on cause of death reflect that. Less cardiovascular, more neurological. What about cancer? Cancer mortalities have been on the decline for a while now. Mods helped with that. How so? Well, by making everyone that much more comfortable with amputation. It used to be people had no choice but to fight the cancer, and it was costly. A salt-the-earth kind of war that left the body severely weakened. With mods where they're at today, doctors can just cut out the offending organ, replace it, and move on. But not every organ. Well, no. Artificial brains, or nothing I've seen has told me that they're on the menu anytime soon. But aren't mods that are implanted into the brain entering the market as we speak? Well, yeah, but it's more like they're implanted onto the brain. Small computers that read commands directly from the cortex instead of, say, the keyboard your fingers are typing on. No, to actually replace brain tissue, you would have to... An artificial brain is definitely not standing right in front of you right now. Yeah, Sarah's like, The analogies become pretty common, but the human brain isn't actually that much like a computer. A box of specialized components where you can swap in new parts to increase the memory or the processing speed. Everything is connected to everything. And memory, as we think of it, isn't stored in a place. It's stored among connections and their relative strength. I've cut it open and seen it for myself more times than I can count. There are no cutting off points in the nervous system. Anything you take away, every other part is gonna notice. That was a long tangent. Sorry, I can't imagine a lecture on the human nervous system is of any interest to an android. Yes, it isn't. That is to say, What's wrong? I don't want to implicate Yumi in anything illegal by telling her about my unique circumstances. But how can I change the subject? When Adonai wants to shift the conversation, she'll typically find something arbitrary in the background to ask about. I am curious about the many decorations on your desk. Oh? What caught your eye? That magnet over there. Really? You recognize it? It appears to be a flag, but I do not know the country of origin. It's an early... Gay! It's an early 21st century pride flag. They used to change the designs every few years back then, so... You can kind of collect them like coins. I see. And what is this flag proud of? Sato's trans? Amazing! Amazing! Yes! Being trans? Or trans visibility, more accurately. Visibility? What does that mean? We're living in the middle of the mod revolution. Anyone can look like whatever or whoever they want, as long as they have the cash. Compared to swapping out cybernetic arms and slotting in artificial spines, hormone therapy and affirmative surgery is nursing student level. And it's fast, too. The paperwork, the treatments, the recovery time, it's all so much faster than it used to be. Okay, so we're in a dystopian hellscape, but at least trans healthcare is much better. we got some wins in there. I don't know if that makes the decisions any less heavy. If you have the money. That's true. That's true. If you have the money. But no one has to cross their fingers and wait anymore. After just a few days, they won't even have scars. So all told, that means for the first time in a long time, this generation has fewer visibly trans people than the last one. And a flag like that one, dunno. Guess it won't mean the same thing anymore. So is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know if it's that is good or bad, sweetie. Just different. And there's nothing wrong with being different, right? Aw, that was cute. Okay. Covered files, David. What is this? Yumi absolutely knows. She knows. File cache corrupted. Recovery failed. Source unknown. Last modified late 2085. Begin playback. Oh fuck! I don't. Did I give David a voice? I think I made him like kind of like, great work. That's all the boxes checked. Thank you, Jess. No problem. Only 6 minutes till 5 o'clock. Why don't you start the holiday weekend early? If you insist. There's a pub crawl in the Twilight Wards that's got my name on it. What about you? Got any big plans? Actually, there's an art festival out west that I've been looking forward to. Nice! And who's lucky enough to be your +1? I didn't think to ask anyone. No one? Not Connor, not Madison, not Shelley, not Lulu? Oh, Lulu. I wonder how she's been. Dr. Ash, have you spoken with any of them recently? Recently, huh? It's a good question, Jess, but depends on how you define... Okay. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to give me your credit card. I'm going to go buy 4 bottles of expensive wine, 3 boxes of expensive chocolate, and 5 very nice apology cards. And you're going to sign them. And what should I do this weekend? Is that music festival on some kind of remote island with no net or media? No. Then you're going to stay at home, and if anyone calls, start coughing and sneezing as much as you can. I see. Thank you, Jess. Don't thank me yet, Dr. Ash. I might have to buy something really expensive for Lulu to break. You're a lifesaver. You know it! Playing next in queue. What's wrong? You've just been leaning against the wall. Oh, fuck. Can't you take a hint? Typically, no. I just don't like dancing, man. You're a musician. So? So why don't you like dancing? Because I'm bad at it. You're lucky you're cute. Sorry for laughing. I'm just surprised you care what any of these people think. Can't you take a hint? I am unfathomably neurodivergent. I don't. But I do care about my business. Word gets out, I dance like someone's grandpa. Gigs will dry up overnight. I dance like a fucking dad at a barbecue. So it's not that you don't want to dance. It's that you don't want to be embarrassed. Sure, let's go with that takeaway. Easy enough to fix. You just need someone else to dance even worse. Do people dance at barbecues? Sometimes. White dads do. Yeah, sure, that's all it... And there he goes. I swear, lucky you're cute. Playing next in queue, that's cute. What are you watching? A thriller. Runtime 92 minutes. Oh, wait. I think I saw part of this in a hotel once. What are they doing now? Is this the ending? No, this is the rising action. The hero and his ragtag crew have to pull off one last heist to get out of the game for good. But it's not that simple. The casino he needs to rob is on a satellite orbiting the Earth at 16,000 miles per hour. How fast is that in kilometers? Father, you should be able to calculate that. Why did I just notice they have the same hair color? Why did I just fucking notice they both have green hair? Am I stupid? I learned to program so that I wouldn't have to. Why haven't the thieves been caught yet? If there was that much money on board, they'd put cameras everywhere. There's illegal gambling happening on the satellite, so their ultra-wealthy clientele wouldn't want there to be any video evidence of their crimes. There's illegal gambling happening on the satellite? There's illegal gambling happening on the satellite. So cute. They're in orbit. It's the same as being in international waters. Would you like to sit and watch? No, I'm not. I have somewhere to be, actually. I only stopped because... completely unrealistic. Their poker chips would be floating all over the place. There was a throwaway line about how everything's magnetized. Oh. Oh. Father? Didn't you have to go? I do. Soon. But not right this second. They're so cute. They do the same little hand gestures. Yeah, they pulled. Ah! So cute. She's his daughter. Playback complete. Save to drive private. Cute. Cute. Okay, and then last one. Emma/Morgan_Midnight. Police static persona capture video July. Begin playback. You ready to give up yet? We've been staring at this footage for hours. We can call it quits whenever you like. Me? You're kidding. I could do this all night. But my makeup's starting to feel cakey, so... 5-minute break? Deal. What were you hoping to find, anyway? Morgan's face, Emma's tits, normal camera position. That's just Morgan's POV when she looks at Emma. I don't know. I had my fingers crossed that some shadowy figure would walk into frame and hold up a confession, but... What about you? You've already got her on camera handling the murder weapon. How many more nails do you need in the coffin? 1 or 2 should suffice. I guess the truth is, I was curious. What does a homicidal AI get up to in its spare time? Turns out it's a couch potato. What's with all the TV? And why's half of it in black and white? Public domain. Seriously? Anything digital from the 20s or 30s is too polluted to be useful. But go back in time 70 years and it's all clean as spring water. Also, free. They had color in 2016, Morgan. I don't know, then. Guess this particular homicidal AI happens to be an old soul. Hold on, what was that? There. Look at her go. She's tearing that thing apart. What, the computer? That's how you learn to put them together. You gonna try and terrify Barrows with this? It's just a machine. It's not like she's dissecting a frog. Sarah is a machine, and she's ripping out circuitry without hesitation. If she was a human child, that'd be like... You're reaching. Yeah, I guess so. Besides, you telling me you never pulled apart your dolls when you were a kid? No, I didn't. Did you? Did you? Yeah, Morgan, that's... What were you doing at the Devil's Sacrament, girl? When I was a kid, I didn't play with dolls. So what did you play with? Normal kid stuff? Sticks and stones, birds and squirrels. Birds and squirrels? What were you, a cartoon princess? Ha ha. I mean, I can kind of see it. Skipping through the enchanted forest, big poofy dress, tiara. Gee, no castle? Unfortunately for Morgan, it is genuinely normal for girls to do horrifying things to dolls. Yeah, no, thinking back on like what I did to my dolls as a kid. Though it did also make them have a lot of lesbian sex, but didn't realize that's what I was doing. You know, you clack them together. You clack them together. I'm doing like hand gestures, like you can see, but like you know what I mean. You undress them and you clack them together. Nah, no castle. I can tell you didn't have it that rough. Also surprisingly normal, right? Is it rough living in a castle? It's a lot of empty rooms when you're a kid. Are we getting backstory on Emma? Is Emma a rich kid with a bad childhood? I need to go wash my face. Sure. But if you fall asleep on the toilet, I am going to keep going without you. If you're drooling on the keyboard when I get back, I'm going to handcuff you to the desk. Fair's fair. Playback complete. Those were some good bonus scenes. I liked those. Okay. Doubt when Morgan says sticks and stones, birds and squirrels, they weren't related. Yeah, I'm like, you gonna cover? What then? Yeah, you're gonna cover? Then what are you gonna do? Tell me more. Okay, so just on time. Well, I mean, a little bit over time, but not by much. We have finished. Why is that doing that? Hello? Okay, there we go. Okay. Back to talking. Unrelated, yeah. Okay. Play the fucking music. Play that funky music, boy. Hello? Do I have to reload the whole fucking window? Mother of God. It's so hard being a streamer. Come on. There we go. There we fucking go. There we go. Okay, so that is gonna do it for this episode, this stream. It was the end of episode 1. This isn't an episode, this is a stream. But yeah, that's gonna do it. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I had so much fun. I am definitely, for sure, gonna play episode 2 once it comes out, so don't you worry. Once it comes out, I'm gonna be on that shit. This game is so good. I'm assuming if you're watching this that you've already played it, but if you haven't, go play that shit. It's so good. But yeah, that is gonna do it for today's stream. If you are new here, thank you for the hydrate. If you're new here, I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I will be back on Saturday for an art stream. Exciting. And also, if you are into song covers and stuff of that nature, I will be dropping a new song cover tomorrow. Tomorrow at noon, I will be dropping a new song cover. So look forward to that. And let's see who we can raid. Who is live that we can raid? Who is live that we can raid? Who is live that we can raid? Let's see. Who is live that we can raid? Who is live that we can raid? Who is live that we can raid? Oh, Frubin's live! I haven't gotten a chance to raid into Frubin. I love Frubin. They're great. Oh, they're doing an art stream. Hell yeah. Okay, so we're gonna raid into Frubin, who is a very, very cool person. Looks like they're doing an art stream right now. So yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I don't know what time it is for you, but for me it is evening. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening or afternoon or morning or whatever time it is for you. And I will see you on Saturday for an art stream. Yeah, then that's it. I'll see you guys. Punch out!